You get really motivated to start a new diet and it all goes really well for a week or two. Anyway, you get up each morning and you pull your trainers on to go for a run, you eat salads for lunch and you don't have any chocolate whatsoever. You are being good. But then 2 weeks in, you lose all willpower. You just can't seem to keep it up. In this video, I'm going to teach you systems to put in place to build consistency so that you can finally stick to your diet for long enough to see the scales come down and the inches melt away from your waist so that you can fit back into the clothes you've been hiding at the back of your wardrobe, ready for one day. I'm a women's strength and fat loss coach with over 4 years of experience working with hundreds and hundreds of women who have spent the majority of their adult lives yo-yo dieting, losing some weight, and then gaining it back again, repeating this cycle over and over again. And I've helped them to finally break out of that cycle and understand how fat loss works so that they can lose the fat and keep it off for good this time. And I'm even willing to help you for free. I'm giving you 4 weeks of free fat loss coaching to help you lose your first 2 to 4 kilos. This will help you understand how many calories you need to eat each day to lose fat, how many steps you need to do so that you know how much activity to do on a daily basis, and it will give you a 4-week beginner-friendly training plan to follow so you know exactly what to do in the gym. You can find the link in the description below. The first thing that you're going to implement is you're going to set minimums, and this is basically a backup plan for the days that don't go to plan. With the greatest will in the world, sometimes things are just going to go to shit, and you need to know what to expect of yourself when this happens. So you end up staying late at the office because your boss has sent you an email at 10 to 5 with a task that absolutely must be done today, which quite frankly puts your plans to go to the gym for a workout on your way home out the fucking window. But if you have a backup plan in place and the minimum that you expect from yourself on a daily basis is, I'm going to go for a 20-minute walk every day and that is some form of activity, then actually this is something that you can get done and you feel good for having achieved something with your day. Not every day needs to be an hour-long workout with 20k steps and being spot on with your nutrition targets. The second thing that you're going to implement is something called habit stacking for building new habits. This is going to make it much easier to get new habits to stick. So what you're going to do is you're going to take an existing habit that you already do every day and you're going to attach a new habit that you would like to implement to it. For example, if you want to drink more water, but somehow this always seems to slip your mind and you just forget to do it, you could try placing a water glass next to your coffee machine, your kettle, so that every time you want to have a coffee or a cup of tea, you get reminded to have a glass of water at the same time. Or maybe you want to get more steps in, so you attach the new habit of going out for a walk to your existing habit of having dinner of an evening, and whenever you finish dinner you get up and you head out the door for a 20 to 30 minute walk. The existing habit acts as an anchor so that you don't have to rely solely on willpower or memory to do the new habit. Number 3, you are going to plan ahead to remove decision fatigue. We've all been there. You have a day where it feels like the world and his wife will not leave you alone. Everyone wants something and you end up getting seriously overwhelmed. Of course, after a day like that, the last thing that you want is to make yet another decision. So when it comes to what to have for dinner, you are done. You're tired and you're going to opt for the easiest, most convenient option, which, let's be honest, is probably going to be getting on Deliveroo and ordering yourself another takeaway. But if you plan ahead and make decisions when you do actually have the mental capacity to give it some thought, you actually make your life so much easier, because in that moment, the easiest option is to then make the dinner that you've already been out to the supermarket and bought the ingredients for, and they're sitting in your fridge, because it requires minimal thinking. It's already there. Keep things simple. Have a bank of meals that you know that you enjoy and are easy to make, and keep those ingredients stocked up in your fridge, in your cupboards, so that when you've had a shit day, you've got everything that you need. The fourth thing you're going to do is you're going to set your environment up to actually help you succeed. The people who seem to have the most willpower and be most successful with their diets don't actually have any more willpower than you or I do. The difference is they set their environments up so that they need to have less of it. If your fridge and cupboards are stocked full of fruit, vegetables, healthy snacks, you're going to find it much easier to make the decision to have a healthy snack than if your cupboards are stocked full of crisps, chocolate, sweets. If you've got to leave the house, get in the car, drive to the shop, get out and go and buy that chocolate bar, then you're making that the more inconvenient and the harder option for yourself, therefore you're less likely to do it. There have actually been studies that show that people that place the unhealthy food to the back of the fridge, so the healthy food is in front of it, and they've then got to reach over that healthy food to get the unhealthy food at the back, they're actually much less likely to do that and go for the healthier option. The fifth thing that you're going to do, and this might sound like a bit of a silly one, is you're going to prioritise your sleep. Sounds simple, right? But when you're tired, you make it so much harder for yourself to make good decisions around food and exercise. If you pay attention, you'll notice on days where you've had less sleep and you're feeling more tired, your body is much more likely to be craving chocolate, sweets, crisps, all of those kinds of things, because it's searching for a quick energy boost, which it thinks those things are going to give you. You're also going to find it much harder to want to go to the gym, and even if you do get to the gym, you're not going to put in as much effort as you would as if you'd had a good night's sleep. And going out to get your steps in just becomes a chore that you can't be asked to do that day. To give yourself the best chance, you want to aim for between 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. And lastly, you're going to let go of the all or nothing mindset, because the second you don't hit all, you give yourself permission to instead do nothing. You're never going to be perfect. You'll have days and maybe even weeks that come pretty damn close. You will also have weeks where it feels like everything is going wrong. On those weeks, you might find that you have to skip your workouts because, your partner's working away, you don't have childcare, so you can't get to the gym. Or you might be injured, so you can't actually work out. But that doesn't mean that you have to let everything else go to shit as well. You could still make an effort to hit your nutrition goals. You could aim to get some extra steps in by, taking the kids to the park with you instead of going to the gym. And this links back nicely to the first point that I made about setting yourself minimums. Don't forget, to help you get started losing your first 2 to 4 kilos, I'm giving you 4 weeks of free fat loss coaching. You can find the link in the description below. I hope you found this helpful. Make sure you hit like and hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.